Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video on our channel. So in today's video, basically I'm gonna talk about basic things to expect in the first trimester of your pregnancy. Now, I know there are a lot of females on my channel because I have a lot of friends and new friends I've met as well, and there's a lot of interaction on our channel. So I want to put this video out there because I know it's gonna help somebody, because I must say for me it was like new to me. This is my first pregnancy, this is my first child, so it was so new to me, like little things like I've experienced, things that I didn't know, things that I was learning about. And yeah, so I think that if I do a video and put it out on my channel, it's gonna really help somebody, especially if you're gonna have a baby soon. You'd want to know. Now, as you know, my mom isn't here, so I kind of like experienced everything by myself. I thank God I had my husband with me. His mom isn't here as well, so there's basically like no elder in the family right now. So I thank God for him, because going through some of these things, you really need somebody by yourself, especially when it comes to the emotional part. You really need somebody. And I'm very well grateful that he was by my side step by step, and he still is. So I want to thank him so much. Okay, let's get into today's video. So what is it you can expect during the first trimester of your pregnancy? There are some basic things. Firstly, the first thing that I've noticed, now this is because this is before I even know I was even pregnant, I've noticed this. After getting out of the shower, I'll like look at myself in the mirror, and the first thing that I recently noticed was my boobs are getting bigger. And I tried putting on my bra as well, and it wasn't fitting me properly. Like, then I knew something's wrong, so it's like, why did it grow like that, like overnight or in a few weeks? How come it grown so much in such a short period? So there and then I started like thinking something is up, but I didn't pay like much attention to it. I just thought maybe it's my hormones or stuff like that. I just thought like that, right? I didn't like go to the conclusion probably I'm pregnant. But that's basically the first sign you get when you're pregnant. Okay, so the next sign you get is like a missed period. If your period is regular, it comes every month, and it didn't come like the following month, then surely that's a sign there that probably you're pregnant or something is wrong. Your hormones are changing, your cycle is resetting, something is wrong. So that's a great time you can take a test as well. So basically, I was like 6 weeks when I found out I was pregnant, because I wasn't paying attention that my date has gone and my period was supposed to start. I didn't pay no attention. So after I felt different, like the feeling inside me just felt like different, and then I think I should do a test, and that is when I did a test, and that is when I knew. Okay, so the next thing that you'll start getting is like food cravings. For me, it happened early, and my food cravings, they're usually like sour things. Like I want green mangoes, I want pickled cucumbers, I want tamarind. Speaking about it, make me want it right now. Yeah, so my things were like sour and salty. Like I want to eat plantain with a lot of salt or stuff like that. I want a lot of salty things. So that was my food cravings. That was what I was going towards. So that's another thing you can expect even early in your first trimester. You'd get a lot of food cravings. I didn't really had like a lot of sweet cravings in my first trimester. Like I didn't want to see no sweet thing. I don't like sweet that much. Even before I was even pregnant, I didn't really eat a lot of sweets. So sometimes I would want like a donut or maybe some Timbits or stuff like that. But I won't want like ice cream and all those things. I don't want no sweet. I just want the sour. Like, it's calming me. Another thing you're gonna experience in your third trimester is morning sickness. Now, I didn't get them just in the mornings alone. I got them during the day, in the evening, in the nights, but it wasn't bad. Like, I'll feel upset. I'll feel upset in the mornings, like when I just got up, I'll shower, and later on during my drive to work, then I'll feel upset. Thank God again for my husband. He's there for me. He'll be rubbing my back, trying to calm me. That was so, so important because he's like seeing me going through the struggle and vomiting and stuff like that. So he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? What can I do to help? Like things like that he would be like. And yeah, so I didn't get them like severe. I know some persons they get the morning sickness like so bad. It wasn't severe at all, but I had it. What I knew that calmed my stomach, like it really helped me, was drinking milk. So when I figured this out, I just did a trial and error thing, like trying to figure out what's gonna calm my stomach. So I used to buy like a whole lot of Ensure. You know, it's Ensure milk, the little bottle. I'll buy a whole lot. The vanilla flavor is what I love. So I'll get that, and every morning before going to work, I'll take one in my bag. So on my way to work, I'll have one, I'll take one, and it really calms my stomach down. It doesn't like make me throw up and stuff. I know people usually get it every single morning, but mine wasn't every single morning. For some reason, my baby didn't want me to throw up that much. Yeah, so that was it for like morning sickness. And then in the nights, I'll get them. Like, if suppose somebody's cooking something and I get the little scent of something, it turns me off and I feel like throwing up. So it doesn't really necessarily mean that vomiting is gonna happen in the morning only. You can have it throughout the day. There are some pills that the doctors recommend to calm you, but I didn't want to take any pills for my pregnancy, so I did not. I just went through it by myself. Trying not to take any pills is a good thing in your pregnancy. So that is what I did. Another thing is, as I said, the scent of things will turn you off. Like literally, any scent will turn me off. Like I can't smell my own cologne. I can't smell my own cream. I couldn't smell anything that I was cooking. I couldn't smell anything that I was eating. It just turns me off. So smell was a huge thing for me. Like I can't smell anything. Like in the morning when Devin is getting dressed, I'll let him alone be in the room because he wanna cream his skin, he wanna put on his body spray, but I don't wanna smell anything. And cooking, it was turning me off, so he would usually help and stuff like that. So that's basically what happened to me in the first trimester with the smells. They really turned me off. Yeah, guys. So another thing would be adjusting to your sleep patterns, because when you're pregnant, you usually have to start focusing on sleeping on your side. So it was hard for me because I'm accustomed to sleep on my belly sometimes. Yeah, before I was not pregnant. So when I knew, I was trying my best to sleep on my belly. So that was the biggest adjustment for me, sleeping. Like my sleeping pattern, it was the hugest deal for me while adjusting. It still is, but I'm getting there. So Devin got me this pillow, the pregnancy pillow, and that is what I've been using. I'll probably do a video and show you what I'm talking about, but that really helped me, like when it comes to sleeping. So yeah, one major thing for me too is that even in my first trimester, you start to feel like tired. Like literally you'll feel tired all the time. For me, I felt it all the time. It was so, so bad. Like when going to work and I'm at work and I'd be yawning and feeling all tired, I'll be like, I'm feeling guilty doing this at work. So that is when I told my supervisor, I told him early that I'm pregnant because I don't want him to say that I'm trying to sleep on the job or I don't sleep at nights and stuff like that. So I told him early, and he was like, good thing you told me, because He doesn't want me to do anything harsh or should take my time in doing things. He's really, really nice. He, since the pandemic started too, he told me, he was the first person that came to me and told me that okay, I should go off of work because it'll be safe for me and my baby. So that is what I did. So tiredness was one of the things that I had to deal with because I'll feel tired like throughout the day. And what I did like to try to like not get tired is drink a lot of water. Some persons said drink a lot of sweet stuff, but I don't want to have my baby having a high sugar content, so I didn't do that. I drink a lot of water. I tried my best to drink a lot of water. I even drink like about 3 liters of water, even more sometimes. And yeah, really tried like not to be tired until I got to stay home. The next thing is that you would want to go pee a lot, more than regular. Even from the first trimester, that happened to me. I would want to go pee every time. I'll just drink a lot of water and then I'll know the fact that I'm gonna pee it out in a certain time, but no, I'll go more frequent than before. So that is one of the major things that you have to expect throughout your pregnancy, is that you're gonna see the washroom so frequent that you even want to live in it. So yeah, that was a big change for me. Like even the nights you'll feel like okay, I have to get up. Even though you're so comfortable in your bed, you have to get up and go pee. That's one thing you have to expect, guys. One thing that I didn't like saw in my first trimester is that I didn't put on weight. The only way I put on weight was in my boobs. That was the only part that I saw got bigger, but my belly didn't start growing as yet. And I didn't put on no excess weight because all my clothes were still fitting me. They still are fitting me. So yeah, that's like something I didn't see in the first trimester of my pregnancy. Probably I gained like maybe a pound or so, but it's not something that you'll see or notice right away. So I didn't notice any weight gain in my first trimester. So mainly my appetite grew in the first trimester. Like I wanted to eat more. I wanted to eat a lot of different things. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm eating for two. Now, being pregnant doesn't mean you're eating for two. Some people believe that being pregnant, you have to eat for two. You have to have 2 plates of food. But no, you do not need to eat for two. You literally feel hungry in your first trimester, yeah. But it doesn't mean that you can have like 2 plates of food. You can have like extra something, probably like an extra banana or an apple or something with your food, something that can go like light with your food just to like help with the hunger. So when I feel hungry, like in my first trimester, I would like tell my husband, okay, you need to go cut me a watermelon or a cantaloupe and cut it up in slices and I'm gonna eat that. So I'll literally eat that. I'll literally eat like an entire cantaloupe, or you can say muskmelon in Guyana, that's what we call it. I eat an entire one. Yeah, that's what I did. Just to keep the hunger down, because if you do not control your hunger, you're gonna gain excess weight that you don't even need. Because in your first trimester, your baby is so tiny. He's not even, or she's not even that big like a baby. They're so tiny. So, yeah, so that is what I did to help to control the hunger. I would eat a lot of fruits, a lot of veggies, and my baby was very good. He wasn't like rejecting it, like, you know. The only thing he usually rejects in the first trimester was orange and orange juice. I couldn't have any of those. It'll make me upset. I used to have it like in the first month or so, and during the second month it didn't agree with me. So that is when I started like drinking milk to calm my stomach. So yeah, fruits is very important. So you should have like a strict diet. You shouldn't be on a diet. You should have like a strict healthy routine to eat healthy, eat clean, and to have that nutrients and feel full as well. During pregnancy, you shouldn't be on a diet. It's not good to be on a diet during pregnancy. It's not good for your baby, because remember, your baby needs that nutrient. So you shouldn't be worried about gaining weight or stuff like that. The only time you should be worried is if you're gaining excess amount of weight that you don't need for you nor your baby, because it's gonna be hard for you later on. So try your best to eat healthy. I know sometimes it's really hard because while going through the fast foods restaurant, you'll be craving different thing. I thank God for the pandemic. I'm not saying this like I'm okay with the virus, but I thank God because I got to stay home and I also got to avoid eating fast foods. Like that was my main concern, like if I'm gonna eat it. But then I had something else to worry about, that there's a virus out there that can attack me. So that's when I completely ignored fast food out of my eating habit. So that is one super good thing for me during this crisis. So I get to stay home, I get to cook my food, and I get to eat healthy and ignore whatever it's out there. So yeah, guys. One of the major thing that affected me during my pregnancy in the first trimester too is that I was very moody, like very moody. Like any little thing is gonna turn me off. Like my husband just leaves his towel on the bed, that's gonna trip me. Him, and he doesn't do that often. Like if you just leave it for a couple seconds, it will just tip me right off. Little things is gonna turn me off. Like if I come downstairs and I see like something is not in place, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it in place. He's gonna like, okay, calm down. And then we're gonna start fighting. Like literally we're gonna fight over nothing. Thank God he was very understanding, he was very supporting, and I said a lot of mean things to him, and I'm very sorry for that. I told him I was sorry. I didn't mean none of the mean things that I said. It was just the hormones like going out of proportion and make your head like all this, and you can't deal with it at once. So yeah, I was so moody, and I still am a little, but however, it's not so bad like it was in the first trimester. Like I was very cranky, guys. Like I could have fight with anybody. Like if it just pissed me off, that's it. I'll tell you mean things. Like I try not to get into contact with people because I don't want to tell them anything mean. But Evan, he had all. I'm so sorry for that. But that's one of the things you have to expect that's gonna happen. Another thing you'll notice early in your pregnancy, I noticed that, is that I started glowing in my early stage as early as possible. I didn't notice. One of my co-workers, she noticed and she was asking me, why are you glowing like this? Why do you look so different? Your hair is looking more flourish and fluffy and your face is all glowy. And she was telling me her face is like hers, like puffy. She's like so cute. Like when she was describing me, I had to laugh, I had to smile. So then she was like, are you pregnant? So then I said, yeah, I am. So that is when she knew. So that basically gives it away to your glow. So that happened to me early in my pregnancy. I saw it like after she told me. I noticed it. I didn't notice like before. But when she told me, that's when I noticed. And then when I started the channel, everybody was telling me. So then I said, yeah, it is true. Like you have this glow that people usually talk about. So that was one of the things too. That's one of the things you can expect in your first trimester as well. One major thing that really scared me in the first trimester of my pregnancy was that I experienced a little bit of spotting, a little bit of bleeding. And it really freaked me out because, as I said, this is my first pregnancy. My mom isn't here. Devin's mom isn't here. I don't have to have anybody elderly over me. And nor did my doctor told me that this can happen, that you can see a little bit of spotting or bleeding. So that really scared me. Like when I saw it, I started freaking out. I started crying and getting all emotional, and like blood isn't a good thing when you see it in your pregnancy because so many things can happen, and like you're already worried. And Devin was trying to calm me, like saying, okay, it's nothing, you're okay, the baby's okay, don't cry, don't, like trying to cheer me up. But I still wanted to know. So that is when we went to the emergency. Like I went to the doctor that did an ultrasound. She did it on top of my belly, but she still didn't see anything. So then she asked me if she can do it from the inside to like see if something is in there, if the baby's in there. So I told her, yeah, because I want to know, because I was really, really worried. And she did it, and the baby was okay, the baby was fine, he was safe. And from that moment, I knew that nothing is gonna happen to our child. Our child is safe. I just need to not worry about anything. So yeah, that really, really scared me. So for those of you who do not know, it usually happens in your first trimester. It's what they call implementation bleeding. But the doctor said they don't necessarily think it's that. It's just that they don't know what causes the bleeding. Like, it usually happens in the first trimester. Some people, they make a conclusion saying that it's implementation bleeding, but they don't know. So I just was so scared, but when I knew he was okay, I was so happy, and I thank God, like, nothing happened and I shouldn't be scared. And at that moment, nothing scared me. Like, nothing scares me right now. What our baby, like, he's so healthy, he's doing so good. I feel him every day, he's active. So there's no worries. So if that ever happened to you guys, do not freak out at all like I did. Just go to the doctor and let them examine you, and let them tell you that the baby is okay, but don't freak out like I did. So that brings us to the end of this video, guys. That is basically everything that I've experienced during my first trimester, through my body change and my environmental change and everything. That is what I experienced. I'm gonna do another video on what I ate during my pregnancy, what I avoided during my pregnancy and stuff like that. But today I'm just putting this one out there to let you know how it is during the first trimester of your pregnancy. Do not think that it's anything hard, or because going through it right now, I really, really don't even think that it was hard at all. I was just scared because I was alone, but Devin was with me. He motivated me, he showed me through it. So guys, again, remember, subscribe to this channel, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Let me know how things are going with you. Let me know if you experienced any of this, because I have some moms on my channel as well. Let me know if you experienced this. Let me know what you think of this little video. Bye.